Ever wish you could buy a condo at yesterday's price while everyone else is paying more than you? In today's market, almost all new launches are either overpriced or you need to wait 3 to 4 years just to collect your keys before you can rent it out. And if you are not careful, you'll be that one watching your neighbors make money while you are still waiting. Hey, my name is Pete from Singapore Property Pro, helping you take the next step to your property wealth, and that's why I'm sharing this super rare find with you today. A freehold new launch that's priced below neighboring units, almost ready to move in with super rental yield potentially from day one. And this is what I was recommending my buyer over a Zoom discussion just a couple of days ago. So if you are a serious investor or first-time buyer, remember to continue to watch this breakdown, and I'll show you why this is one of the safest entry price project in today's market. Ready? Let's dive in.
Oh, hey, I think I just wanted to quickly just record a video to share what I've just texted you earlier on. So you're looking for an investment wise, I have shared with you in Hougang area that's near to MRT station and looking at higher yield. Of course, you've seen me share two development. One is Midtown Residence, which is 99 years leasehold, and the other one is Bentley Residence, which is freehold property. And both of them, the yield wise, are doing pretty good. They are all above a 3.5% yield. And of course, Midtown being a bigger development, it naturally will have a higher rental volume in terms of these two. So if we take a look at these two developments and we look at Midtown right now we are talking at a median, an average rental of about 3,004, and for the two bedders. And so for Bentley Residence, we are now average rental is about 3,002, 3,001, 3,002 for the same two bedder unit. So if you look at how the layout looks like, Midtown, of course, it's being very near to Hougang MRT station. It will command a slightly better premium. So that's why right now we see it listed at about 1.25 million for the two bedder. So in terms of quantum wise, it's pretty much in a very I think comfortable zone. Now let's look at also Bentley Residence is calling for about 1.2 million, and that's also for a two bedder. Now in terms of appreciation wise, now Midtown, both of them started collected the keys TOP about 2016. So you can see this is the entire sales chart for the two projects. So I'm looking at Midtown Residences first. So with Midtown Residences, as usual, this is during the selling period, right? So during the sales period, and this is during the TOP period. So during the TOP period, you can see that it actually has started to appreciate. Okay, and for all resale, you will see very similar kind of pattern, meaning that after the capital appreciation for a while, it will start to stabilize. You can see here, and the reason is because some of the units have already transacted once, twice, or some even 3 times already. That means the owners have already made 1 time, 2 time, 3 times the profit. So in terms of that, when buying a resale, unit selection is one of the key criteria when we look at that, right? So how big of this capital appreciation? Usually we look at how good is the GDP performance, and for resale, typically it will move about 1 to 3%. Now, if you look at Bentley Residences for the same two bedder, you can see more or less it behaves pretty much the same. This is during the sale period, once the TOP, and then this is during the stabilization phase already. So there will definitely be once after the sale, there will definitely be a very significant increase in price until when it's in the resale secondary market. We call it the secondary market, right? So this one is really very classic of a lot of resale. Most of the resale will behave something like that. It will increase and then it will stabilize. So right now it will be in a stabilization phase. So the question will be, will it still make money, increase in price? Of course, it will always be tied down to transactions. As long as there is a healthy flow of transactions, the next transaction will be usually based on the valuation and slightly higher. So how slightly higher? And usually is always because of how affordability for the buyer, and the affordability usually will tie down to typically one thing, which is the GDP growth of Singapore. And that's why most resale are looking at the stabilization phase of between 1% all the way to maybe about 3%. So these are really quite normal for resale properties. So I just want to share that with you. Now, of course, having said that, I think I did share with you also one opportunity which I see. And the reason why I say this is because I have a couple of rental units over there, and it's amazing that the rental demand keeps on improving, keeps on being very high over there. Reason being is because down there is there's a lot of schools, right? There's LaSalle, there's SMU, there's this PSD, right? So there's and Kaplan. So there's a lot of so-called this international tertiary education that a lot of not only local but also these foreign students, and they are looking for accommodation over there. So recently, right, the rental demand for my unit, a lot of them now are looking for a lot of Indian students are looking to rent, really because the the period of school start, okay, for LaSalle is starting somewhere in August. So right now during this period, there's a lot of inquiries about rental particularly in the Sophia cluster, right? So how do you find that the Sophia cluster, the rental performance? So I just generated, so these are all the Sophia cluster, which is roughly very near to this Dhoby Ghaut MRT station. So I actually sort them to Dhoby Ghaut MRT station. You can see they are very, very near, 100 meters, 300 meters, 200 meters. And the amazing thing is, if you look at the rental yield, right, you will see that the rental yield are doing pretty well, right? All above 3.5%. Okay, some even doing about 3.75%. And this is, I would say, pretty much quite healthy. Okay, and if you look at the quantum wise, right, the quantum wise for two bedders, right, are actually quite approachable. You can see they are actually in the 1.2, 1.5, 1.4, so still really pretty much approachable. And the important thing to really to think of is some of them are really still at the freehold tenure. So in terms of one rental yield wise, I think that area, there's really no worries. It's very safe to enter the area because of all the schools there. There's always training new students coming in looking for an apartment around there. So that's the rental taken care of. Now the second thing is that you wanted to ask is about capital appreciation. So capital appreciation wise, if you look at, I just put one example, like at Mount Sophia, 8 Mount Sophia, right? So this is another typical chart of where they actually do the selling, and then this is actually where they TOP. So this is during the TOP after they collect key, and you can see it just behaves like most resale after TOP. So there will be an appreciation phase and there will be a stabilization phase, right? So after TOP, at this juncture TOP, right, okay, you will find that it will always right, be able to appreciate from the TOP. Why? Because of resale, because of demand, because of transaction. Once there's valuation, the next transacted unit, the valuation typically will go slightly higher and slightly higher. And because of healthy transaction numbers, right, we can see that the prices are actually elevating after the TOP period. And if you look at the quantum wise, right, quantum wise actually right now, really like just now I explained, still quite approachable. We still have about the 1.4, 1.5, 1.5 region. Okay, so I just wanted to share with you one very quick one was what is the new launch project? What is the new launch project opportunity over there? So one of them is Orchard Sophia. Okay, Orchard Sophia is right now what I term in still a very safe entry price, because right now we're looking at about 2008 PSF. The quantum wise, right, is about 1.65 million, and for a two bedder. And why it's like a very safe entry, because if you look at the CCR, right, have actually adjusted from actually 2008 PSF. It has gone back to 3003. And this actually is supposed to be the correct trajectory. This really is because of a couple of reasons. It's really because of the interest rate environment, and really because also of the Trump tariff announcement. But the thing to really think of, intrinsically, this is going to be the growth of the CCR. So right now we are still, for Orchard Sophia, we are still looking at about 2008, maybe 2009 for some units. And really, if that is the region that you're buying in, you are buying in with some safety factor. Even at $3,000 for Orchard Sophia, you're looking at maybe at least $300 of what we call safe. So this is something that I think is a pretty safe price. So that's number one that we have to take care of, right? Is the price still safe? So I think the price is still safe. Now, the second thing that we want to address would be, so what will be the capital appreciation like? So like, we have always want to look at how safe it is, right? So right now, TOP for this project is expected to be somewhere in Q1, officially Q1 in 2026. From the developer, it's very likely to be in January 2026. Originally, when they told us they wanted to do the TOP somewhere in December 2025, which is end of this year, for a new large project. So that means end of 2025, we are actually at this point. Right now, we are selling about at this point, right? So about 2008, 2009, you can see 2008, 2009, okay? And the important thing to take note of is Orchard Sophia, the two-bedder, has already transacted some of them at even higher price range already. So why is the developer doing that? It's really because the developer right now, because of the TOP coming up, they wanted to move units, okay? If you can see right here, okay, this is exactly the development, okay? The roof, okay, is almost topping off pretty soon already, and it's really right smack in the middle of the Sophia cluster. Now, because right now we are at this, right? So if we juxtapose this, okay, into this, we are actually here. That means potentially this is where we are looking at. So number two, if you talk about capital, I think capital appreciation, we are actually also pretty much covered, and we are actually entering at pretty much safe, and actually there's still potential for capital appreciation. Now, having said that, right, now the third thing is, of course, everybody loves a good deal. So right now, because the two-bedder, the developer really wanted to move. And you can see down here that it's really near all this SMU, SOTA, NAFA, LaSalle, Kaplan, PSD. All these are all the schools around the area. And I know because the units that I have for rental is really moving very well over there. So the demand is always there, unless all the schools suddenly move out, which is not possible. And so just want to quickly share with you the two-bedders. Okay, two-bedders right now, we are looking at about 1.6. There is still 1.6, and your savings are about close to about 50k for all this. Okay, one of them is even more than 50k, and that is a real savings from the original price that the developer wants to sell. And why are they selling at this price? Like I say, because you can see that they are actually almost topping up already. They really want to just TOP, collect the cash, and then go on to the next development. That is why they are still having this this kind of pricing strategy right now, which is great if you are looking around. Okay, so just wanted to share this with you so that you can actually maybe just have a think about it. Doesn't mean that you have to buy this, but it is my job to really share with you what are the potential, what are the possibilities, right? Because for my unit at Sophia, it's the landlord is probably going to issue the tenancy agreement for $6,000 for a rental for a 3-bedder, right? For a 2-bedder, probably is around the 4,000 plus region. Now, if you look at how the OCR is performing, right? Okay, so for the OCR, right, you are looking at a rental of maybe about 3,004, about 3,000. So you collect a higher rental for roughly about more or less about the same quantum if you choose to even to buy into the Sophia region, a resale in the Sophia region, which is also around the 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, that kind of quantum, right? So yeah, just 3 very quick points that I want to share with you for this development. Now, the show flat is probably going to be so-called removed from the show flat site in August because you can see right now the development is almost ready. So it's pretty, I think it's pretty good to at least to take a look. So if you think this is something that you want to take a look, right, I think I can sit down with you and discuss a little bit more with you, right? So yeah, this is all I want to share right now. Yeah, have a good weekend, and talk to you later.